And hello, YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of the Zone TV Movie Entertainment with me, your host, Jonathan, once again bringing you my thoughts and review for tonight's episode of the CW Superman and Lois, Season 4, Episode 5. You know, when this show came on, I was a little bit sad. The fact that this is the last of the Arrowverse, the last piece of, flesh of the Arrowverse left. Carried over. Whatever's left over is getting buried, but it's still breathing in that burial. Well, tonight's episode just proved how good this show really was. You know, I really like this show a lot. I think Tyler Hetchen, I think that's his last name. Probably butchered it, I apologize. He's fantastic as Superman. You know, I'm very looking forward to seeing the new actor play Superman too. And I love the actress who plays Lois Lane. I think she's fantastic. And I like the guys who play Jonathan and Jordan as well. So, the show is just great. And, you know, this episode was really cool, too. Very interesting episode also. Not much of a spoiler here to really spoil anything, but I'll try to keep it as simple as I can. So, we all know that they're having some kind of Lex Luthor doomsday kind of a problem. And with Superman now back, but he's not 100% yet. You know, he's still kind of dealing with the fact that, you know, it's not his heart. He's got Sam Lane's heart on him, inside him now, pumping into his body. But it's not really his, so he's not really exactly being completely Superman. So Lois Lane has decided that, hey, listen, you know, with you not being 100%, you know, the boys are not ready yet. My dad's gone. We need to find a way to try to stop Lex Luthor from pretty much bringing us even more problems into our lives. So Lois is like, well, we need to find something that he can, you know, latch onto and maybe leave us alone. So they decided to help Lex, in a sense, to find his daughter, because Lex blames Lois and Superman for not only framing him for the murder that he never committed in the first place, which is kind of shocking that Lex Luthor didn't commit one murder, but even though he has in the past in comics and other media. Took away, I believe it was 17 years of him and his daughter's life. And we got to see his daughter return in Elizabeth Luthor, who's now pregnant and trying to hide and live her own life. She's played by the brilliant actress Elizabeth Henshaw, who, if you guys know who she is, she was our favorite scientist on Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. that needs to be canon right now, and you bring her back, Agent Gemma Simmons, who we all loved. She needs to come back now, period, in the MCU. But anyway, we got to see her come in here. I believe she's also directed some episodes too. She's a fantastic actress. You know, I kind of wish, you know, the acting world noticed her more. She's a very gifted actor. Anyway, she plays Elizabeth Luthor, and she's a very private woman now. She's just, you know, living her life. She's a married woman. She's about to give birth to her first child. And Lois comes begging her, like, listen, just talk to your dad. See, you know, just maybe if you get him in your life, you know, maybe he gets to be a grandpa, disappear from our lives, because he's literally making our life living hell. You know, Lois is like, come on, woman to woman. I know he's done some shady stuff in the past. We all know he has. But if you're telling me about to be a grandpa, maybe he decides to retire and, you know, where you live and play grandpa for the rest of his life. And leave us alone. So that way Superman can save the day and do his thing. And then, you know, you have Elizabeth just trying to, like, you know, doesn't want to be involved anymore. She you know, forgot about her father. She just decided to leave her own life. She goes and talks to him, and things start going kind of, you know, okay, nothing too, no yelling, no shouting, no none of that. They just start talking. And then you see a side of Lex that you really don't ever see in any kind of supervillain, even if they have family. You know, if you watch The Penguin last night's episode, you know, Oz loves his mother. He loves his mother to death. But, you know, he will do anything to make sure his mother survives. I don't know. I feel the same way by Lex Luthor. I feel like Lex will put threw his daughter under the bus if it means he gets a shot at killing Superman, you know? And maybe other versions of him will see that. But I feel like in this show, this version of Lex Luthor, he really cares for his daughter. You know, he was in his daughter's life until he got framed for a crime that he didn't commit. and he was going to make a promise to his daughter to, see her perform, I believe, a concert or something at school, and he got taken away by Superman to go to jail. And he still blames them. He's been holding that grudge for years. So you got to get that sense that he cares for his daughter. So that's interesting from a villain perspective. You really don't ever get that in these rare occasions. You do, but really you don't. While that's all happening, you also get to see Jonathan and Jordan doing some teenage stuff. Jonathan gets to bring in Sam, his ex-girlfriend, who lived out of town because her father ran away because he tried to frame Jonathan for stealing a car, and Superman stepped up and was like, hey, listen, you ever hurt your daughter again or do any kind of crime again, I'm going to make your life a living hell. And he just dipped town, and then his daughter decided to go live with her her aunt and uncle. So she came to town to have some fun, but, Jonathan's now dealing with the fact that he's got powers now. He's got to be the one who has to play Superboy. And, he's keeping his secrets from his girlfriend or his friend, or I don't know exactly what they call each other anymore. And she's getting to the point of like, oh, maybe he doesn't really care about me. He's just lying about certain things. But, yeah. But also, in the ironic twist at the end of this episode, we get to see Lois Lane contact somebody that I didn't think she would ever contact anybody like this. And she contacts Doomsday. She uses the Superman call to contact Doomsday. And she literally shakes up, hey, listen, we know you had a family. You had a woman who loved you, and you loved her, and you had a family, and we're not the enemies here. It's somebody else who's the enemy. So did Lois Lane unintentionally made Doomsday go after Lex instead of Lois in the family? It is a possibility. And also, can Lex's daughter be involved as well? Because she's pregnant. So, obviously it's not going to be that dark. If this was HBO Max, possibility. But if she gets killed or puts enough stress on maybe scares her to enough stress that she loses the baby, that can throw Lex into psycho mode 2.0 here, and then we get the whole enchilada all over again. It's a possibility, but who knows. But yeah, pretty cool episode. I enjoyed it. I love seeing Elizabeth Henstridge in anything she's in, so she's great. I hope she comes back, but only time will tell. We'll see what happens. So leave a comment below. Let me know what you guys thought. Are you guys liking this show so far? Not liking it? Don't really care? You think the Arrowverse is done? It pretty much is done, but still. Leave a comment below. Let me know. Stay tuned for more. Thank you very much, and have a good night.